we gotta talk, guys. Load on in. It has been a while, but we gotta talk. Come on in. Click like when you come 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 in. Click like, share the live. We gotta talk. I'm gonna give y'all some time to load on in here. I missed you guys. I truly missed you guys. I hope everybody is having a great Monday. Um, I had to come back online. For one, my mom has been in the hospital. Some of you guys knew, some of you didn't. Those of you who did not know, were like, oh my God, she hasn't been Charlie Kirk, has she? What? Well, y'all thought them people had done Charlie Kirk me. Nope. No, not me. Not the kid. Not I. No, but my mom literally just got out the hospital today. Yeah. It was supposed to be a routine checkup, but then ended up being a long ass hospital stay. Anyway, we're here on YouTube again. Okay. I'm alive. It's me. It's not AI. I'm not a bot. Okay. Stick around. You'll know that I'm not a bot here shortly. Just as show as I am triggered this live, I will be going off. Hopefully I don't get triggered. I don't have a whole lot of energy. My energy is a little bit low. Sitting here drinking Gatorade, and we just got to get this show back rolling. Just because I was absent does not mean I was not watching. Okay. Like a thief in the night, I'm always watching. Okay, I'm always watching. Okay, and I'd like for you to look at your neighbor and say, "Don't get it twisted." Don't, oh neighbor, don't get it twisted. Nigga eyes is always on the prize. Hey, click like in here, guys. Share the live when you come in. Click like, share the live. Click like, share the live. Of course, okay, it's been 2 weeks. I'm not in the algorithm, okay? I already know that. I already know I'm not in the algorithm. Hey everybody. Hey guys. I miss you guys. I miss seeing you guys' names. Hey y'all. Click like when you come in. Please share the live so that people can know that I haven't been Charlie Kirked. Child, people had to start leaving stuff under my thing. I ain't been Kirked. I have not been Lincoln. Not me. See, the headlines would be a little bit different if it were me. Something happened to Queen Janice, but 100 innocent people done got killed too. So what the fuck going on? It'll go more so like that, not like a memorial service and that it was a hero. Nah, I could be a hero to some, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know how everybody feel about me. I know one thing: I'm not a goddamn race baiter. See, Let's just do a little bit of housekeeping because see, I was actually getting death threats when Charlie Kirk got offed. I was actively getting death threats during that time, so that's kind of why a lot of people was like, "Well, what your niece said? She didn't get off, did she?" And you can look under my comment section. There's probably some left, some death threats left. I got a phone full of death threats just because I told a white girl that she wasn't a brown skinned baddie. That turned into some whole different. Told her she was from Hindu. She didn't know India was once named Hindustan. Didn't know none of that. Don't know nothing about history, guys. So I started getting death threats just on that alone. Got a cell phone full of death threats. I was just screenshotting them and deleting them. Some people were able to see what was going on though. I'm like, well, you know what? They give black content creators get death threats for the weirdest shit. It's like any little bitty thing we do, you guys are ready to kill us. Any little bitty thing was I told a white bitch she wasn't a brown skinned baddie, and that led to me getting death threats and shit. What? Excuse me? But guys, just like how the diaspora war started, this started a whole dialogue. A lot of people kind of got it twisted when I said I started the diaspora wars. It was totally started on default, by default. I am sitting here talking to my people, black Americans, coloreds, Negroes, darkies, or whatever they want to call us today. I'm sitting here talking to y'all about history. Then the Native American Siberian Russians jumps in the conversation. And then I'm all kind of wobbles and pretendies and all this stuff, right? But see, what they did not know was I have photographic memory. I have photographic memory. I'm just not a ghetto dummy up here, okay? Don't get the vernacular twisted. I have a photographic memory. So I'm able to look at you one time, scan your whole shit, and that's going to take me 5 seconds. I already remembered you. Then I'm going to come on here and read you for all kind of filths, make you suicidal in that read. And so then that's what happened. And then me reading people, the jokes that I came up with on this channel just off top of my head, the $5 footlongs, the Siberian, like calling these people all these names started spreading all through social media. And now they're no longer Native Americans. They're Siberian Huskies. They're full Russians. They're $5 footlong. That stuff started on my channel. And so from there, the Africans jumped in. If you're an OG on here, you know what had happened. God damn it. If you were OG on here, you know what had happened. You know what had happened. If you were OG on here, you know exactly how it happened. Okay? Then from there, the Africans jumped in. Girl, let me put my ear right back on, child, before I get excited. The Africans jumped into the conversation, and they didn't help the darkies of America. No. The Africans jumped in and helped the Russians. Right? So now I'm like, where's the Department of Defense? Do y'all see? I'm being targeted. Somebody help. Do y'all see this? They're targeting us. The Africans jumped in and started telling them we from Africa. We need to be proud of being from Africa. And we don't have no culture. We don't have no adventures. Then I started hitting their ass with the American History book, volume 1, 2, and 3. This was the diaspora wars. And I started hitting their ass and I put the history together so good and so clear. I put the music together with the culture, with everything. The wars, the targeting, the land. I put it all together in the book. Guys, put it all together in the book. And then from the books, the people who were buying the books started regurgitating some of this stuff online. Baby, that was the full out diaspora war. And now you can't tell us we don't have culture because I use the culture as a war tactic. But see, again, these people didn't know who they were dealing with. You thought I was just some ghetto darky dummy or something. I don't know what will make you think that, because you can Google me and tell that I'm not none of that. You should have been able to do a little quick Google search. And from there, now nobody can't say anything. Because we are consistently pulling out our inventions, same just how I laid it out in the book, our culture, our family Bibles, our history over here in America that predates anything that you could ever think of, any record that you can ever find from the 1900s, baby. I took us all the way back to the 1400s in volume 3 and volume 2 alone. Now bitch ain't got nothing to say. Now they're sitting here comparing jambalaya to fufu. Because what else you got? Nothing. Oh, and just a few weeks ago, before I got offline, I actually also ended the whole West African started the Gullah. They're starting to correct that shit too. And I thank you. So the diaspora wars didn't start by me actually physically sitting here and doing a blueprint of how can I start a war. No. It literally started because bitches weren't minding their business. And see, the same thing is going on now. The reason why people was like very concerned, and not everybody wasn't concerned thinking I was Charlie Kirk. But some people was just genuinely concerned, like she hasn't been online. Those people did not know my mom was in the hospital. So I told the bitch she was not a brown skinned baddie. And then now that has started a whole dialogue online about how Asians, dark skinned Asians, are actually mistreated over there. Now there's a whole colorism conversation that is resurfaced all over the fucking internet. The girl got 10 million views on her video talking about me, guys. Over 10 million views on her video talking about me, discussing the queen. Ma'am, you niggas got bigger fish to fry. Or maybe you don't. Either way, these wars simply start because people don't mind their fucking business. That's it. That's it. People don't mind their business. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Now, what I have also discovered was, well, a lot of things took place during that whole debauchery. One thing that took place was I was able to find a whole bot farm, a whole African bot farm, turned that into the FBI because why? Why the fuck not? You're going to target my platform from a bot farm just as sure as I could find the IP address. Y'all, I did it so good too. I squeezed everybody. I squeezed all the bots over to YouTube. It was the best thing I've ever done. And from there, they start clicking the U.S. lineage link. And I knew it was them because they was commenting on my post, negative, flagging my stuff, flagging all my stuff, trying to flag my videos, flag my YouTube down. And from there, I said, oh, wait, bingo. Let me look at this. Let me look up this one. Yep. Found the whole bot farm, guys. Found the whole bot farm. Now, this video is not about that. We're just catching up here, doing a little bit of housekeeping, catching up because I haven't seen you guys in a while. You haven't seen me in a while. I really just want to come on here because I'm, I don't want people to be concerned thinking something happened to me. Genuinely. Some people on here genuinely care about me and, I don't want them to think that something was wrong. So I want to make sure, one, that I came on here and showed my face so that y'all can hear my voice so y'all don't think I'm, have been replaced by AI. Okay. Now, that's right. Katie had to go boom on them for a little bit. Okay. Katie will go kaboom. All right. Keely, hey guys. Hey everybody. Happy True Health to be here. So y'all. So what did we miss? What did we miss? We are witnessing now the bird fight itself. And while we're witnessing this, we want to make sure that we don't get it twisted. We are not one nation with Israel. And some of us, those of us who are content creators who are not bought and paid for, who are not bots for a foreign entity, we understand very much politics, although I'm not a political channel. I'm a history channel. But I tie in all current events to history so that we can unpack it perfectly. And that's what we've been doing on here. However, a lot of people got it twisted this summer when those rumors started going out that, hey, there's a bag out here. Please click like in here, share the channel, guys. We know we're shadow banned right now because we haven't been on here in 2 weeks. It's okay. Just share the live, especially on Twitter. Just share the live. We're about to have some casual conversations. Somebody said, I came looking for the queen and I am here. So they put that bag out, guys, this summer. And they was like, Netanyahu and them is paying money for people to speak both positively and negatively about Israel. Now, Israel not one of my topics of discussion unless they do something that affects America. It's not my topic of discussion, although that African Union guy on his page said I don't know nothing about geopolitics. Is that not that I don't know about geopolitics? I just don't get into it unless we're talking about the Lend-Lease Act and how much money these niggas owe us from the World War era. Still owe us to this day. I just don't get into it because you have to be very careful. When you see a group of people trying to brew a war, why would you take money? Okay? Why would you take money? It doesn't make sense to take money to talk positively about a nation that is not America. Don't get it twisted. We are not one nation. In fact, this whole Charlie Kirk situation is making me even think, what God are these people serving? Which God are these people? I mean, like, what are they like, Jesus is, it's many Jesuses, but they must be talking about the Spanish Jesus, the one who just changed his name to Jesus. That must be what they're talking about. The one that, not the bloodline one, that the one that is Ecclesiasticus grandson. I don't know what Jesus they talk about. They got to be talking about the Spanish conquistador Jesus. It just got to be, because it's no way y'all can be full fucking racist. It's no way y'all can kill people, eat their liver, drink their blood. I mean, it is the ritual that's happening in a lot of churches. Eat your body, drink your blood. It ain't no way they can be talking about the same one the niggas is talking about. I don't fucking know. What is it people talking about? Which God are they serving? How are they? What is going on? I'm confused. Confused. The fuck God are they talking about? Now, I vaguely watched some of the Charlie Kirk thing from some of the YouTubers pages that was covering it, and then they all but had praise and worship at the little thing, and I was like, well, what the fuck is going, like, what is it? Are they praising? Are they asking for forgiveness from the niggas and just calling it? Are they asking for our forgiveness? Because here's the thing: when you see a group of people trying to brew a war, the confusion comes from they don't know whether they want to brew a civil war or a World War III, and these are two totally fucking different wars. Okay, two totally fucking different wars. Okay, now if you go from the 100-year perspective, then you are on a World War III. Now, if you brew a World War III, then you got to fight. You're fighting to take something, and well, you fucking people have taken every goddamn thing. So what are you fighting? You done took every fucking thing. So what are you even fighting to take? Now, for those whites who would like to brew a civil war, here are my thoughts. This is my thoughts, okay? Janice, this is my thoughts. When Trump got put in office, these people were just hell-bent. They were just sure that we would be the ones getting deported, right? For some reason, the people who thought that had not read any Federalist Papers. They didn't read the Constitution. They didn't read what the senators wrote when they were writing these amendments. They didn't read any of that. They just thought birthright citizenship was tied into some kind of slavery, and if you take that off the board, then you would be able to deport everybody. All the niggas, basically. All the ones who are saying they descended from slaves. And that just did not happen like that. You have to read every fucking thing. First of all, to amend an amendment, wild. Secondly, you would have to just all but change the whole name of the United States. Like, you have to change it all. You have to change. You have to change all this shit. And then, when Trump wasn't able to get that done, because I don't think he ever wanted to fucking get it done. That's why he came on and said, with birthright citizenship, in fact, is only for the darkies of America. It ain't even for you whites. It ain't for you Mexicans. It ain't for none of you new groups that just came about less than 50 years ago, Latinos. It ain't for y'all either. In fact, y'all can actually get deported. And then I think from there, then the white people, some of the white people moved the goalposts from World War III and said, okay, we need a civil war then. Because we will need to have to write ourselves legally into the United States. See, there were naturalization acts on the books for free white men. Okay? That does not mean your ancestors actually went through the process of naturalizing themselves. And I think a group of white people have actually came to this conclusion. Niggas have been looking at the files. Niggas, we have been pulling out the files. They see us scrambling and scraping, trying to get these files. And they've been chilling. Thinking, okay, we just citizens by default. No, there were naturalization acts on the books that allowed free white men to become citizens. If your ancestor did not go through that process, you could be one of the ones that could actually be one Kim Ark. Like, you could actually be deported. You're deportable. If you cannot find a record of your fucking ancestor being naturalized over here in America and you just over in this bitch, you're deportable. See, but what had happened from the microphone is this amendment is just for niggas. This birthright citizenship, that mean they got a bloodline over here. That mean they got a bloodline right, just like they do in Great Britain, where as you cannot be a king or queen or no kind of royalty. You can't even be in their government unless you are of the bloodline. It is the exact same mirror over here in America, but what they realized was it was only niggas. And now you got them all, we shall overcome it, at a Charlie Kirk rally, trying to figure out what's next and trying to say, we apologize. We need to apologize before God. We need to we need to write us an apology before God. So I'm just trying to see which God. Are they apologizing to God, the niggas, or are they apologizing to some other Mars God? Is it one of the rings of Saturn that they apologize to? Somebody need to let me know. Also, back to the subject matter, because we just casually talking here. Please click like, share the live as you come in. Hey guys, hey everybody. Yeah, cognitive dissonance, exactly. Please share the live. Blasphemy. Number one sin. I don't know who these people are talking about. I'm sitting trying to figure out, maybe am I right, or are they wrong? Are they right? Because we can't be talking about the same. Because we don't kill people. We only kill people when they mess with us. Moreover, we can't get away with murder. We can't get away with murdering our open enemies, and we the ones over here with the goddamn bloodline. We the ones over here with the birthright. I think it should be a new law written. The birthright citizenship should be able to kill their enemies. That's what I think. Everybody else doing to get away with it. And it's probably a law already written somewhere. I just ain't found it yet. Anyway, so back to this, what happened this summer. We're kind of still in summer, but a few months ago, probably back in June, it had been made public that somebody had put a bag out for content creators, right? And these content creators was taking this bag from Israel to I guess continue their propaganda war or whatever. Like, Israel is good and everybody else is bad, and Israel is justified with whatever they're doing in Gaza, Palestine. As y'all know, my platform has not been used to talk about Gaza, Palestine, Israel, because these niggas is cousins to me. Like, they're all together to me. Even when I was getting death threats online before Charlie Kirk got offed, you had people with Israel flags and people with Palestine flags. It was a fucking bot farm. It was a bot farm. How y'all got both flags? Ain't y'all niggas at war? Y'all gotta start making the bot farms don't even make sense, because y'all don't even know which side of the goddamn table y'all on. That being said, I didn't use my platform for that, but some people actually took the money. Now, a lot of these nigga content creators, especially that girl who has that equator hair that I ain't been too long talked about, that Republican girl. A lot of them black Republicans, fucking Officer Tatum and all these people, they took that bag from Charlie Kirk. See, Charlie got the money and then start divvying it out. And as you can see, it was a group of nigga faces online just talking bad about black Americans. Black Americans don't have no fathers in their lives. Black Americans are raised in the ghetto. We don't have education. All this bullshit start ramping up to make black Americans look terrible. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember this era. It's the era just stopped with Charlie Kirk neck shot, literally. It literally just stopped. And see, it's not a me that should be afraid. It's an Officer Tatum that should be afraid. Cause you took a bag. You didn't go broker no deal with Netanyahu for your fucking self. You took the bag from Turning Point USA, which a lot of these people is on Turning Point USA. Equator hair girl, she's under Turning Point US fucking say. She had the Turning Point USA thing all on the back wall. Candace Owens, all these niggas on her back wall because that's who she idolized. That's who she worships. And I went off on her because of her disdain for black American women. And I thought it was oddly strange that a negress would be spewing any little thing that black American women do wrong online. She just get it and amplifies it and make it so big and just get in the algorithm. 100,000, 200,000 views on bullshit. But never anything good. Never. Same with these Officer Tatums, these Harsh Twins, all these niggas that was up on the Turning Point USA, whether they announced it or not. You niggas is not brokering no fucking deal with Netanyahu. You going through an American, supposedly. And then y'all getting the bag that way. See? That's why you have to go live certain amount of times a day. These niggas is on tough schedules, baby. They are made to go live. They are given their talking points. They are made to talk negatively about the Negro community when in actuality, we are doing our motherfucking best. That's all we do. We wake up in the morning and we do our goddamn best. That's it. That's it. That's all. We wake up, we do our fucking best. We take care of our kids. We take care of our family. We take care of our business. We do our fucking jobs at work and we do our best. That's it. But that best is not good enough for a subset of people over here. Now, when you hear these niggas announce the War Department and you know what you've done, you should be fucking scared. Not me. See, I'm on my own motherfucking schedule. Don't nobody tell me what to do. I ain't broken no deal with no motherfucking body. Not the U.S. government, which, this is my country. I ain't even broken no deal with my own motherfucking country. You think I'm gonna go to fucking Israel and broke a deal with them? Even these motherfucking African unions, excuse my French, this is a nighttime show. We get to talk like this. Even these African Union pundits on YouTube telling me I don't know nothing about geopolitics. Y'all niggas should be scared too. You don't go over there and broken no motherfucking deal with no nation that ain't got nothing to do with us. And now you don't talk good about these people. You don't use your platform for that. Y'all don't know what happened during the World War. See, the propaganda was thrown out of planes during the World Wars and people would pick it up and they would consume the propaganda. And then that's how the war started. See, they don't have to fly planes. This year, all they got to do is use fucking YouTubers, Twitch streamers and shit. And now what you're doing is brewing a war by default. What you're doing is aiding and abetting a war by default. That's treason. Now you may say, well, technically a civilian can't be treasonous. Well, a lot of these tubers and streamers and shit are not regular civilians. I'm a civilian. I don't have no military experience. I don't have none of that shit. Never been an officer of the law. Never been a police. Never been nothing like that. Heap of these niggas is police officers. Goddamn, some of these people are military, former military. Like, y'all can't do that shit. Can't do it and get away with it. We don't know whether Charlie... we don't know nothing. This nigga name might not even be Charlie Kirk. I know Officer Tatum was a police officer. And it ain't just about him. It's a lot of people to these deals. A lot of white boys on here. A lot of these motherfucking white boys. They're not regular. And see, if you already done put on an American military outfit, you should be able to understand how propaganda works. You can't just You can't just take money like that. You got to play it smart. You got to build your platform on your own. Allow your viewers, your listeners to support your platform. You can't take no fucking check from Israel. You can't do that. You just can't. And so I would be afraid. You can't take no check from Ghana. You don't know how American feel about Ghana. You don't know whether America about to go to war with Ghana and take all this shit. You don't know none of that. But you sitting here on your platform making a deal with all these African nations, African countries and shit, and promoting these African countries and shit, and you don't know how America feels about that. You don't know what they're talking about at the Pentagon. I ain't even talking about Trump. I'm talking about the Pentagon. You don't know what kind of meeting the Pentagon is having. The Pentagon knows that they need to control social media. They know that. Shit, I know that. And I have zero experience. All I do is read files. They know they got to control social media, just like during the World Wars, the Germans knew they had to control those propaganda airplanes. Same shit. Same shit. Same shit. Same shit. Now, if they know they can't control you, even shadow banning won't work because you got a whole nother government behind you. See, I'm shadow banned to hell. If I was America, I would actually push my platform out in the forefront. However, whatever. The America can't shadow ban you if Israel putting hundreds of thousands of dollars behind your platform to push you in the forefront, botting your shit up, botting your views up, and that they know that pushes in the algorithm. If I give your video 500,000 views, you're going to be pushed in the algorithm by default. Can't change that. Can't change it. America has no actual defense for this. America has no actual defense for bot farms. And I'm looking at that firsthand. You see these bot farms, this bot farm tried to take down my Twitter page, my Instagram page. They flagging my companies, giving me 1-star reviews. So somebody said I did something to them. These people have never purchased from my company. Don't know these people just because I told one bitch that she was not a brown skin baddie. We have no defense for shit like that. So, and even with the celebrities, right? You had Chris Brown. I don't know whether he'll be a good example because he done been in trouble sometime. But you have celebrities saying, we lose Kelly Price. Because Kelly Price just had an issue here recently, basically saying black women are very nasty, very vile, because somebody was saying something to her in her comment section. Baby, you don't understand how bots work. Black women wouldn't just talk about you out the blue. But I can create 1,000 bot pages and make them all black women profiles and bombard you. And now you're in here spewing the message about your own kind, when in actuality, those aren't even real people. Those are fucking bots. Chris Brown just took his platform down. He just took his social media down a few days ago, because people was telling him that he was a colorist in his comment section and he couldn't take the heat shit. They were telling me I was racist and color. I'm fucking racist now. I didn't even know I'm a darkie. I didn't even know I could be racist. I'm a full fucking racist. So the girl in the bots say, because I said they wasn't brown skin baddies, and you never will be. You actually have to die and then come back and try to get into a little 2-year-old body, get your spirit into a 2-year-old body that's a dark, and then from there you could possibly be a brown skin baddie. You got to go through more shit than just putting on tanning lotion. Anyway, just pray next time you come back a black woman, because right now it just won't work for a lot of these people who are cosplayers. Anyway, that being said, these bot farms, we have no defense. So guess what? Bitch, this the War Department. Welcome. We don't need no goddamn defense. Is this the War Department? Anybody who is aligning with this shit, it just to show as the government can see that you actively took money from a foreign government in order to spread a message about said foreign government, which by default you will be spreading a negative message about your own motherfucking nation where your grandparents are buried, whether you agree with the nation or not in this 4-year set, whether you agree with the shit or not. Shut your motherfucking mouth. Just talk about America. That's all you need to do. Talk about America. You can't talk about no geo motherfucking politics when you don't know what's all going on and being said at the Pentagon. You're gonna die. They said this is the War Department. At that point, when they announced the War Department, had I took money from them niggas, I'd have been trying to give it back. I don't want no motherfucking smoke. These niggas got direct energy weapons. They got soldiers that need money. Take your ass right on out to the upper room. Clear motherfucking shot. And they'll go all the distance to do it too, bitch. You have no fucking clue. So yeah, all these African Union platforms, these nigga faces, I'd be afraid if I was y'all. I'd be trying to get a motherfucking money back. I'd be backpedaling and pussy popping. You really should have did that when I came out and told y'all what the African Union done took the reparations from us. Y'all really should have backpedaled and pussy pop and cut all ties at that point, but they still didn't cut ties, guys. As you can see, it's still people promoting Africans, African trips, Africa this, Africa that. We had an ethnogenesis, bitch. I'd be afraid if I was an Israelite, nigga. I'd be scared. I'd be fucking scared. I'd be scared. If I was an Israelite, anything with Israel in it in this bitch, I'd be scared. Anybody who took a penny from these niggas, I would be very afraid. I'd be very much scared because you don't know what all going on. See, people just paying attention to Trump. Trump is not the nigga to pay attention to. Nigga, pay attention to the Pentagon. Shit. Y'all paying attention to the wrong shit when they like, well, Trump said. Yeah, you think Trump was able to announce that it was gonna be a Department of War without a meeting at the Pentagon? Nah, all them niggas met together before they came and did that show on at the little press conference. Before they did that, they had already had a meeting about this, already signed this shit over. See, what we get to see at the press conference, that's just a script, if you will. Would y'all like to vote and make this a Department of War? We can take a vote. You niggas already done sat down at the round table at the Pentagon. They already did it. Way before the Americans get to see it. You're just trying to see how feasible it is. Will it actually work? Can you actually go to war with your enemies, both foreign and domestic? That's been a thing for a long time. And I think content creators think shit sweet. They think shit is sweet. You cannot dedicate your whole platform to a separate entity and be an American citizen and think that shit gonna turn out right. Y'all remember the rumors that Martin Luther King, I don't know how true this is, but they said it's in the federal diamond. And of course, fucking feds can make shit up all the time too. They said something about his ties with the Communist Party, and then later on down the line, he tried to walk himself back out of the Communist Party, and that's where you give the whole speech. I think I led my people into a burning house. When he realized what he was doing was incorrect. Now, you can learn from that if you are just a content creator and you have no other fucking way to make money. You better learn from that. He was involved, allegedly, according to the FBI papers, with the Communist Party at one point. He himself, Martin Luther King Jr., tried to walk himself back out of the ties with these people. I think I led my people into a burning house. I'm sorry. In fact, America owes us money. We need to come get our check. This is stuff, I'm sitting here marching for things that should have been mine at birth. That all came after he realized what was wrong. He realized what he had done wrong. If all this is true, we don't know the full story about Martin Luther King. We wasn't there. You will have to ask the elders who was around during that era. What was the story? Was he used to market some kind of propaganda for Communist Party? Was it to kind of separate people, or what was the true story about it? Either way, for those people who are just content creators, you will have to learn from that eventually. You will have to learn from some of this shit. Even with what Charlie Kirk did, now they're saying, well, Charlie Kirk didn't take the money. Well, he fucking took the money, because you would never have an Officer Tatum Netanyahu interview. You wouldn't have a PBD in Netanyahu interview had he not took the money and dispersed it. Now PBD is big enough to get a deal with Netanyahu himself because he's from over there. So maybe he didn't go through Turning Point, but PBD was, if I'm not mistaken, PBD could have been on Turning Point stage when Charlie Kirk was murdered. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this fleshed out. But what I do know is the same bird is fighting. It's like the goddamn bird. The left wing is literally fighting the right wing, and the bird is just motherfucking just going at it right now. Everybody took a check. The fucking people, the senators, they took a check. What which organization? That's an organization, that the Israel organization that be paying all the politicians. Is the Israel organization? Did somebody put it in the chat? It's the Israel organizations that be paying all the politicians. What they now? What do they call? Somebody said Michael Luther King. Hello, Stockbridge, Georgia. That's where they from. Stockbridge, Georgia. They still got their stuff up in Stockbridge. What is the organization called? That be giving the money to PBD platform. PBD you see, you got to watch everybody. When you come on the tube, don't just watch the black people, watch everybody, okay? You got to watch everybody to know what these people talk about. You got to watch everybody. PBD. APEC, thank you. Yeah. So the politicians and shit took money from APEC. They say the left wing took money from APEC. And now they're saying the right side of the wing went directly to Netanyahu. They went directly to the horse's mouth. See, they didn't do no bad deal. They went directly to the horse's mouth. My question is, well, how would the Pentagon feel about this? How do people who have to actually protect America, how do they feel about this? The people who actually have to protect America, outside of what these senators, because a group of senators got fucking killed too. See, we ain't paying attention to that because of the Charlie Kirk murder. But multiple people done got killed. Multiple senators done got killed. Nigga. Okay, so what? So are we to just think that both of these people look like niggas done got outsmarted by some villagers? That's what it looked like to be. How did everybody get outsmarted by some villagers? Them niggas over there is villagers. How y'all get outsmarted by villagers? Both of y'all done took money from the same entity. Now both y'all on here fighting. It's goofy. Are you for America or not? Because if not all of a sudden everybody ain't for America, how about everybody just go home? Everybody could just go home. I mean, home. Go back to where your grandmama and them buried. That's what I mean by home. Wherever your great grandmother is buried, that's your home. See, our great grandmother, those of us of who over here have blood right, which is just a birthright citizenship. We see our great grandmamas are over here. See, we home. We just don't really like the fact that y'all are over here fighting in our house. Tell me, get your hand out my pocket, nigga. We're not looking down at the pocket. We're looking right at y'all fight. We're not looking. You're not gonna be able to divert our attention anywhere off y'all ass, and that goes for you whiteys and you blacks, you darks. That goes for all of y'all. We're looking at y'all. We're looking at you. We're looking at you. Sure is. You sure are. You're not going to be able to deflect our attention, and we take our attention off the land, and then y'all come and swoop and get everything. Y'all keep with it goofy ass fight if y'all want to. We never stopped looking at the files. We never stopped looking at them. We never did stop. That being said, y'all, I done found some shit, guys. I done found some stuff, guys. Now, outside of me finding... y'all know I've been on this whole Buffalo Soldier kick. I found some really interesting stuff. I'm just trying to see what happened to the buffaloes. You know, every darky black bloodline person over here in America, I suppose, was called buffaloes. And then a lot of times when they tell us about the Buffalo Soldiers, it's only like, oh, it was 10 of them, and they show us a picture of like 5 soldiers, 10 soldiers. Man, it was hundreds of thousands of these niggas. And the more files I pull out, I'm like, man, what in the hell? It could have been 2 million of these niggas that was Buffalo Soldiers. Every branch. They was just calling them the buffaloes because of their skin tone, and which makes me think of just the most outlandish theories, guys. I have some really outlandish theories behind this shit. I don't know whether I need to talk about them now. I'll talk about them later. Tuskegee University, HBCU. Okay. Mr. Emmett J. Scott. Okay, let's read this. Special Assistant to the Secretary of War. This is up under the War Department, guys. Welcome. Welcome. War Department, Washington, D.C. Dear Mr. Scott, I'm enclosing here with the telegram which was received by you here from Major Greenville Clark on April 4th. The letter from Mr. Hamilton we have not yet located. We have looked through Miss Child's office and also through my office. I am sending you a formal letter offering Tuskegee Institute as a training camp for the 317th Engineers. Y'all know who the 317th Engineers were. The 317th Engineers were the Buffalo Soldiers. So here is one HBCU. Okay, Tuskegee Airmen. Who were also 317th. The theories that I have, guys. The theories. Oh, the theories that I have, guys. So you got multiple branches of the military because, listen. Buffalo Soldiers were the first blacks, the first people, period, in war to mount horses and fight battles. That means they were on the horse, they was moving, and they was shooting targets while moving. You got to be some kind of very skillful fighter to do shit like this when you think about it. I mean, especially during that era of war, they're very skillful people. They trained their horses, which goes back to another family in Kentucky that I talked about years ago, that it wouldn't even be a Kentucky Derby had it not been for the Black Clay family and the families that's married into the Black Clay family up in Kentucky. I said that years ago. Now, these black men they had their horses specially trained for battle. And you can read this when you're reading some of the documents on the Buffalo Soldiers. A lot of them are on the line. I pulled this off the line because I'm on Buffalo Soldiers on the line, guys. That's where I'm at. Because I'm able to find a whole lot of names of people's families that has just been lost. Just cannot find your great granddaddy. You cannot find your fourth great uncle. You cannot find these men because they're just lost to history. And when you start looking through these Buffalo files, it's just names that you have never seen before, like surnames and stories and FBI files, all here on the line just by you searching Buffalo Soldiers. All these weird things come up, guys. Something had came up. Oh, this is something came up. I don't know what I talked about this last time I was on live. Did I? There was a file on there called Folder 3 on the line. Folder 3. And of course, my love for Fold 3. Of course, I'm going to look through this because Fold 3 is actually one of my favorite websites. And I do know that U.S. Lineage actually pulls from Fold 3's files. So we got all the Fold 3 files on U.S. Lineage as well. But this particular file set was called Folder 3. There's so much shit on my computer. I should have had this stuff already pulled up if I was going to show it. But we'll do a whole nother show on it. It was a whole folder set called Folder 3. And in this folder, Folder 3, there was this military leader from Oklahoma. It's a black guy. He was looking for his soldiers. And the file is at the FBI, but it's under Folder 3. That's all it's called. It don't say nothing about Buffalo Soldiers. It don't say nothing about oil. It don't say nothing about Oklahoma. It just say Folder 3. So I clicked on Folder 3, opened the Folder 3, and then I started researching the files within Folder 3. This military guy Oklahoma, where the oil at, was looking for his soldiers. He was wondering why his brigade of men had not came back from France. This made it all the way to the FBI. And so it made it all the way to the FBI. So in the FBI files, it says these guys got on a plane, an airplane, because they were supposed to drop bombs. Maybe I talked about this. I'm not sure. They were supposed to be dropping bombs from the sky, and the planes were called ships. I didn't even know military planes were called ships, but here we are. So they were supposed to be dropping bombs during the World Wars, and the plane could not drop the bombs, and the plane was about to, I guess the bomb was about to explode on the plane. So all the guys jumped out the plane. Then they made it back to their home base alive. And in the FBI files, it was like it's miraculous that they were able to jump out that plane in time and make it back to their home base, which their home base was in Germany. And so when we're looking for, when you hear like a lot of soldiers didn't come home, and it's like, okay, well, where the fuck are they? And why ain't nobody looking for them? Because these are people relatives. It's like, well, the home base was in Germany, so they made it back to their home base, right? And then some of those soldiers went to board another airplane, and the airplane exploded, and they died. And the only ones that was alive out of that brigade of men who did not keep boarding these planes, they were able to come back and tell the story. All these men, this is the Oklahoma brigade of soldiers. And so when you look at that, it's like, okay, well, looked like they were sabotaged. Okay, so why isn't there some kind of source that is explaining this sabotage that these Negro soldiers were dealing with during world wars? And why is it just so happen these soldiers are from the state that has some of the most oil derricks at this particular time, the state where the richest people in the world are? Why would you send them over to be sabotaged? Is this why you're able to cover up that Black Americans had oil so well? Because you simply started killing off the main bloodline. I mean, killed them in war, sabotaged them in war. They were sabotaged in Germany. And the FBI, the files are under something called Folder 3, but it's also at the FBI because the actual file pulls from the War Department, but it's the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, up on the document. So if you kill somebody fourth great uncle off, or fourth great granddaddy off, this wouldn't even be fourth. This would actually be great because this was the top of the 1900s. This is our great grandparents. These ain't our great 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 great. No, these are great grandparents. If you killed these people off and you just left the women in the family, and the women cannot articulate or cannot, handle the land, then baby, that's a play. Look like y'all ran a play. Look like somebody ran a play to me. What y'all think? It looked like somebody simply ran a play. Yes, they were cargo ships, and whatever ships that hold the bombs, that's what they were. They were the ships that hold the bombs. And they kept blowing up on the guys. And then we have all these men missing, just written out of history, just nobody give a fuck about them, clearly, because nobody's actively trying to search. And to me, I got a wild theory. I don't even know if I should mention the theory. It's so fucking wild, guys. The theory is so wild, I don't even know if I should mention it. In fact, I got two wild ass theories. But this wild theory that I got, y'all, wow. I don't even know whether I should mention it. It is so wild. I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. I don't even know. Should I mention it? Y'all just talk me into mentioning it. All I needed somebody to talk me into. No, they wasn't soft targets. These were actually soldiers. A soldier is never a soft target because this man know how to defend himself. See, a soft target is just somebody who don't know how to defend themselves properly. Who like, very aloof, very not aware of their surroundings. You talking about the creme de la creme of military when you talk about Buffalo Soldiers. But if I only show y'all it's 5 niggas at a time, then you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe how skillful these men were. You know, you wouldn't believe it. I'm all in the file sets on the Buffalo Soldiers. I'm all deep inside. I'm deep inside. That was the 317th engineers. Here are the 317th engineers. Yeah, I just showed y'all the what you call it. Here are the 317th engineers. Now they were niggers. A thing that happened during the war, after the world wars, these numbers were given to Germans. These numbers was given to Germans after the war. Look, they only show you 3 Buffalo Soldiers at a time, but when you pull up the old files of the 317th engineer, that's the file I just showed y'all. That's them. They was going through Tuskegee. Just this brigade now. They was going through the Tuskegee HBCU. That's remarkable, right? Now what if we use our HBCUs today? Look at all these men. Like, does anybody want to get their names? Y'all want me to get their names for you guys? All the Negro soldiers, because it was only blacks. It was blacks only. And if you see some light skinned people in here, they were still black. They was us. These niggers, these colors. And this is just one batch. Okay, one brigade. I don't know how to say it properly, but this is the 317th engineers. 92nd Division. USNA. Now, that's beautiful to me. I think these men deserve to be found. I think their stories deserve to be told. And it's because, we do genealogy over here on this channel. And it's a lot of these names that we just cannot find these people. And in order to properly do genealogy, you have to be able to find these people. You have to have a good enough imagination to imagine that these people, these men, your great granddads, could be lost at war, where you just have their name but you have no files on them. You see them on the census record, but what about their story? What happened? Was he an oil baron? Oklahoma was a whole dark state. It was a state full of darkies. There was no whites in there prior to the World War. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Fuck these people. They don't know shit. They're not pulling out these files. They're not paying to have these files. They don't want to pay for shit like that. They only want to pay for food. They don't give a fuck about their ancestors till it's time to do some kind of weird voodoo ritual or some shit. Then they want to call on their ancestors for help. You didn't even know what your ancestor did for a living. You don't care. You don't care what branch of military he fought in. You don't care that he was a marksman. You don't care that he rode on a horse and shot people to protect his country. You don't care that he was tricked when he went over to war in Germany. You don't care that his body was blown up in an airplane. You don't care. A lot of people simply don't care. But then when it's time to go to God in prayer, they don't know who's answering the prayer. They don't care. They don't know. When it's time to go to the ancestors for something you want to ask, please, ancestors, pull me out of this financial situation. Please, please help me get my rent paid, dear ancestors. You don't even know what these people did for a living. You don't even care. You just care when it comes to you. You don't care. I care very deeply. I care very deeply about other people's ancestors. I care very deeply about my ancestors. I want to know what the fuck happened. I want to know who these white people are praying to. Are they praying to the Buffalo Soldiers who was lost at war? Like, why y'all didn't just tell us it was more than 10 Buffalo Soldiers? Why did just try to make like it was just one Buffalo Soldier and it was just one brigade of them? And then we took their number and gave it to the white. I think it was the 192. I think it was 192 that they took and gave it to a whole brigade of white Nazis. Fucking Nazis. See, this fucking, I'm gonna tell y'all my theory, and y'all better not let it go outside this channel. We might as well do it. Here's my theory, guys. The military was segregated during the World Wars, Vietnam Wars. What if it was segregated because it simply wasn't enough white people over here to have their own regiments as it was the Negroes? And what if these segregated military branches were actually formed brigades, just like during the Civil War? See, a lot of foreign brigades was fighting during the Civil War to take America, right? So what if during the World Wars it's the same shit? What if you had so many Buffalo Soldiers and they only showing you 5 to 10 to 15 of them? What if this was the military force in America? What if the Buffalo Soldiers was the War Department? That's why it's just all the Buffalo Soldier shit is up under the War Department. All the Freedmen stuff is up under the War Department. The land files, all this shit is up under the War Department. Another thing I found, which I can't even interpret some of this shit, guys. I'm gonna be very, very honest. When I saw that there were 4 million Negro colors that created a Veterans Department in the 70s, I said, I got to look at this. We got to look at this stuff, right? Because how were 4 million able to get together in the 70s? Then we start finding all this. Now, I'm just searching Buffalo Soldiers, guys. On the uslineage.com, just searching Buffalo Soldiers. I didn't put in no number. I'm just going through the files that come up under Buffalo Soldiers. I find these declassified secret ass files. As you can see, it says biggest day declassified. I don't even know what I'm reading because I'm not military. It says secret. All this secret shit declassified. This is the Navy. Headquarter United States Marine Corps, Washington, D.C. And it talks about killings inside this file. Now if we got stuff like this that's classified, yeah, you got a lot. This is 1922. We're talking about the World Wars here. Okay, we're in World War I. And this comes up under Buffalo Soldiers. Now, if you in the military, depending on what you do in the military or how your ranking is in the military, you probably can read this straight out. The only reason I'm even interested in this is because of the era that it's in. It came up under Buffalo Soldiers. It was classified, now it's declassified. And it got all this coded shit on here. But the parts that aren't coded very much talk about who died. Beacon Hill, Cast Drop, FMOP Prairie. Like, what the fuck am I looking at here? What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? Okay. What am I looking at? And why are all these military files coming up on the Buffalo Soldiers? Who we know was a lot of darkies. Now, my big theory. I don't even think these white boys were over here like this. I think the world wars. Let me see what they say. Incident. Let me see. Somebody said it's in here. Somebody was detained. Some people were detained. Some soldiers were detained and released as INCIV. What the fuck does that even mean? Released as an incentive? I don't fucking know. Guys, I don't know. I'm trying to read the records, but it's very hard. Some of this stuff is very hard. I cannot decode some of this shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But what I did see on one of these things is the people who died. I did see that. I don't remember which page. But you military heads probably know. Probably know exactly what I'm telling you. It's on the line though. It's on the line on the Buffalo Soldier. My theory is though, guys. My theory. What if USMC, that's Marine Corps. What if I'm just gonna scroll in on some of these randomly because I don't know which page that was describing the people who died. USMC enemy. I don't know, guys. I just don't fucking know, bro. I wish I knew. I wish I could declassify shit like this because see, you could use this as your, claim, reparations claim. That's how I feel. I feel like a lot of shit was taken from us and we didn't really look at the full picture till I came online. 120 meters of stretch line destroyed. An air observer who directed airstrikes on an unknown number of enemy in the Chinook 2 operational area northeast of the Hue reported an additional 2 Viet Cong killed by air. Helicopter pilots flew 1,458 sorties, which transported 2,338 personnel and 240 tons of cargo. Do y'all see that? This what I'm on. See, if y'all want to do reparations claims for Israelis and Russians and the Japanese, what about all these niggas? What about the people who were killed, the murdered? What about all these files that Ancestry isn't showing? By the way, you paid fucking $100 a fucking month for Ancestry. Some of that Ancestry shit costs $200 or some a month, and they only gonna give you the fucking census, and vital statistics, birth certificates. Why y'all ain't showing these files? I'm curious. I'm very curious. Very curious, guys. Very curious why they don't show these files. Very curious. I feel we was over here by ourselves. And it was segregated because, hey, these white boys is not from here. And again, as I said at the beginning of the show, to brew a war out of the blue. First of all, are you a citizen? Just because you have the ability as a free white male to become naturalized does not mean you was naturalized. It does not mean your ancestors was naturalized. Some of them just simply came over here by boat. They never went through the naturalization process. Now, some of those who fought in the war, they actually went through the naturalization process at the port. where they was given new names. The people who was not fighting in the war was not. They had the same German names. That's why you got some whites over here under the name Johnson. You got some whites over here under the name Brown, and you got some whites over here under German, very German names still to this day. Now, you can tell who was naturalized and who wasn't by looking at the war records. Likely, if they fought in a war after the Vietnam War, they were probably naturalized. When did the Buffalo Soldiers get taken off the books? Wasn't it after the Vietnam War? And even when you go back and look at the stories from the Vietnam War, you have horrible stories of black men being literally put in the front and white men shooting them, killing them while they're in the front, the people who were supposed to be fighting with them. So that was the foreigners taking over this bitch, if you ask me. That's just what's in my head. I could be very much wrong. Somebody will have to prove me very much right. Just because you came into America and married into a nigga family does not make you naturalized automatically. Maybe your kids become. I think it should be fleshed out. I think multiple people should wrap their minds around this, and I think that this is a somebody should be actively more than one person should be actively exploring this line. What if we were over here by our damn self? I'm talking about during the World Wars, and then the Buffalo Soldiers were the guys on the land. They were every branch of the military. Because those old men from the 70s said that they had been fighting over here since what they put in that file, the 1500s. They either said 1639 or 15 something. But 16, I think they might have said the military, the Marines was established in 1630 something, if I'm mistaken. And they were there when it was established. So I guess that was the Marines or the Navy. Could have been the Navy. I know the Navy probably goes back further than that because you had Indian seamen schools on the water. You had a big Indian seamen school up in Massachusetts. What would they be? You had men already building boats. You had boat building areas all up and down the coast, both coastlines. You had multiple Indian seamen schools, but I know that big one was up there in Massachusetts. So what the fuck would they be called? And when they're on the water, right? I think it should be explored. I don't know, guys. That's just my take. Somebody said, oh, thank you for the super chat. Roy said, you want me to do it now? You want me to do that right now? Live? You want me to do that live or separate? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. You said, you want me to do that now, Royce? You said you are onto something. 70% of whites didn't come here to after the Civil War. Yeah. And when they got here, even after the Civil War, were they naturalized? Is my question. See, when I look at these old census, I see white people on the census. I'm not saying all white people over here were not naturalized. No, the census will tell you who was naturalized. The census had to tell you where your parents were born, and all of that. It tells you all of that. And so if you find a census from 1890, well, I'll tell you one closer. If you find a census from 1920, and it says it has your ancestor there, and it says, okay, where were their parents born? It's gonna say like Georgia, Florida. It's gonna give you the states. But when you look at some of these white people, like they are really from somewhere else, guys. And you can see white by their name and where your parents was born. Fucking not here. Like you see that too much on the census. Like you see that a lot. So, I think white people today, because they have more marketing dollars than us darkies, White people have way more marketing dollars. Um, so they literally just wrote us out of history and turned all the marketing towards themselves to make themselves the epitome of America, to make themselves the Masons of America, to make themselves the creators of American culture, which is just not true. You guys, if we're cooking all the food, if we're training the horses, if we're coming up with an entire industry called an entire industry, riding horses, prize horses, derby industry, right? Because our men are already fighting on horses. Like we are the ones training this. I don't want to hear shit about, oh, well, the horses came from Spain. Shut the fuck up with that. Okay? If the horses came from Spain, we killed the Spaniards and took their horses. Whoop de doo, bitch. Whoop de doo. Okay? They're all over here under our tutelage now. Okay? So, and there's no file saying, oh, the horses were created and made in Spain. Shut up. I don't want to hear that shit. Just a way for you to grift yourself into American culture. You weren't here. Show me your naturalization papers. You weren't here, bro. Sis, you weren't here. If if we had all the culture here, all the music genres were ours. All the trends were ours. All the sports, guys, all the sports were ours. Recipes, that's your culture right there. So was the military not ours too? I'm just asking. Should I ask the Pentagon? Y'all know I will. Should I call and ask the Pentagon? Because they'll have the truth. I saw the truth because when we pulled out that file, the government actually helped those black men create that. I don't know, guys. I just think this is interesting. I think we was here by ourselves, to be honest. That's my final answer. Now, Roy just sent me a super chat and asked me to look up somebody. I'm not sure whether you want me to do that live. Yeah, but I appreciate the super chat. Do you want me to do that live? It was a Bullard, which I'm familiar with the Bullard family. I feel like I've done the Bullard genealogy before. Veteran said, hit the bat phone up. Okay, do I need to pull out my bat phone? Because y'all know I got the bat phones. I got phones untraceable. Okay. Yeah, let me know. I just feel like I just got a feeling in my shanana that we were here by ourselves. And see, it's so many marketing dollars have been put into like revising our history. And again, we haven't been a whole long time with these records, guys. We just start really sitting with these records. I'm telling you guys, these records are something else. We just started sitting with these records, guys. We have a lifetime of records to fucking look through. I'm telling you. We on the US lineage. We're on the website all the fucking time, day and night. And this is another section of files that up on the Buffalo. I was looking at some of these files. Some very interesting that I saw. Trans copy of letter by U.S. Attorney WNC land sold to the U.S. in satisfaction of the judgment of Austin Bruce. That's what I'm saying. These a lot of these people are soldiers. So why would the land be sold to the U.S. in satisfaction of a judgment versus Austin Bruce? Like I'm looking at the files. You can't then. This ain't no shit that was just made up. Request instructions for deposition of Suits versus Vickers, Sell, TURP, Co. and others, Land Division. Like, this is 1917, guys. This is World Wars, bro. We're looking at the richest people on the planet. And I'm looking at these lands being sold. I'm looking at names being changed. I'm looking at death. And I'm supposed to deny it, right? This stuff came up under Buffalo Soldiers. And it's the Treasury Reports compromise of case against Herbert A. Richardson, Lands Division. 2/17/1917. Like, what am I supposed to do with this shit, guys? What am I supposed to just deny it? Okay. Encloses paper case in mass against Boston Nahant and Pines Steamboat Company. Like, people aren't even looking at all the steamboats that the like, it was a whole lot of shit taken, guys. A whole lot of shit taken. Rights to reclaim of U.S. versus John W.C. Horton Lands Division. I'm telling you, if you're not on U.S. lineage, I'm telling you, get on U.S. lineage. I want people to look for their ancestors, of course. But when you feel like you're getting burnt out from looking for your ancestors, do random ass searches. I'm telling you. When you feel like that's the quickest way to just kind of reset yourself, reset your mind. Start just doing random ass searches on here, and do not decline a file set because it's not worded how you think it should be worded. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. Cause I've been on this same search for weeks. I have not typed in another search on US lineage for weeks. Now I got multiple open. But I stay on the search for a while. I don't just do a search and then move on. No, I click through the files. I clicks through them, baby. I clicks through them. T. Dorsey said, you said it a while back. Now you got the receipts. See, this is very important. You know, someone said in my comment section, you know, when I be offline, people be saying weird, very much weird shit in my comment section. Somebody said what the fuck this nigga said? I actually said it in my phone. People be saying weird shit. Time I get offline, some people who supposed to be OGs in my shit be saying weird shit, man. I'm just like, boy, either you on my side or you're not. Either you on my side or you're not. But somebody said I said something weird. I'm like, I never said that. Like, where the fuck did that come from? It didn't come from me. I never said that. Like, don't put no words in my mouth because you think I'd have been Charlie Kirk now. I got hundreds of videos online and I never said that shit. Damn, I never said it. Somebody just said I said some weird ass shit in the YouTube comment. Somebody said I said the 14th Amendment was never passed and it was never about us. I ain't never say that shit. Somebody said, Todd Hill said I said the 14th Amendment was never passed and it was never about us. It was about the so-called white Africans we call whites now. They are not British, Irish. There is no such thing. I never said no shit like that. Bitch, never. Like, y'all don't be putting no shit in my mouth because you think somebody done Charlie Kirk me now. Don't do that, nigga. There's plenty of people on here that be... My videos get shared every day, whether I'm online or not. I told you, bitch just got 10 million views on the video talking about me. I know what I said and I ain't said now. I ain't got dementia, no shit like that. I'm very young. Okay? Shit. I ain't say no shit like that. You got to show me the video, but I said the 14th Amendment never passed. And the 14th Amendment was about whites from Africa. I ain't never said no shit like that. You don't get me mixed up. Ain't no way you can get me mixed up with nobody. There's no way. Now, it's another Janice on here, another Queen Janice on here, very much look nothing like me, very much chipped teeth, very much bad built. That's very much not me. So whatever she say. Very much a fucking troll. Very much Janice is not her name. Very much Janice is my actual fucking name on my birth certificate. So don't let what the trolls say be me. It ain't me. I go to the dentist. I ain't walk around here with chip teeth, buttery teeth at my big ass age. I like for men to fantasize putting their Johnson on my teeth. So I like to keep them nice and gleamy and pretty. You understand? So don't be putting no words in my mouth now, y'all. Don't think because I ain't on this bitch, I don't see what's going on. I see. Um, Somebody said, let me see. Thank you for the super chat. Who's this? Alton Russ. Thank you for the super chat. Alton Russ said, tell your theory. I'm late to the party. Looking forward to the restream. Yes, Lord. Y'all tell me what y'all feel on the restream about my theory. This is my theory or not. We was over here by ourselves during the World Wars. Cause it wasn't enough white people to fight in these large brigades. It wasn't enough of them. And the ones that they're showing, these were foreigners. Like they were foreign. Even during the world wars, they were foreign. Like you go look this up. I'll do a whole show about this. The brigade, the main number that the Buffalo Soldiers was going under, it was given to the Nazis. Why would you ever fucking do that? I think it was a 192. I don't think it was 317. I think it was 192, one of the main numbers. I don't know how these numbers work either, to be honest. I'm just going to be very honest. I look at a lot of these files, and sometimes the number, how they number them, kind of weird to me. But it's not weird to some of you guys. But it's kind of weird to me, so I don't know. I don't know. Somebody can help me with this. Um, So I have to read the files over and over and over again to try to figure out and decode like what is this about versus somebody with military experience can probably read it one time. It's like, oh, this is the brigade, this is this. Not, oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying. We probably need to like split this shit up and some people do this and some people do that. Cause I think if you point out this war part, you will come to some conclusions. One, we're protected. We're supposed to be protected under the Constitution. We're supposed to be protected. Two, our land is certainly protected, supposed to be protected under the Constitution. Three, we had men, black men, colored, darkies, whatever you want to call us today, on the land, protecting the land as the military. And that's been since the beginning of time. If you think about it, with the whole chiefs and the whole Indian paradigm, it was just kind of changed and the word Indian was kind of omitted, but the chief was never omitted and the warriors were never omitted. They was just under a different name. Warriors are just called soldiers versus during the Indian times, warriors were called warriors. I don't know, guys. I'm just here to let y'all know I got the files available. Okay, you let uslineage.com. I got the files available. And it's not, and really, to be honest, our money goes to maintaining the database. Our money goes to making sure we have enough storage to house whatever we download. Y'all download, we download, it all goes to the same pot. We got to make sure we have enough, and so that's what we're managing now. Make sure we keep everything nice and safe and tidy. Another thing I want to let you guys know is I will be adding more files to the public part of the website under policies. And I'm not sure whether I should take these down and add new ones and just do that every month or what. I know some people don't add all of the files to their computer, and sometimes they just come on here and which you do not have to add all these files to your computer because you would need a hell of a lot of space in order to do it. But however, I don't know what I should do about this, how I should do this. Should I let me take this down. Should I just hold on. Should I take these files down because it's a lot of files that I want to add to this section. Not a more books. I have more books and all that to add. But I'm thinking, should I keep these up and then add the books, add the files on top of this, or should I take these down and add new ones every month, or just be? What y'all think? Just keep these up because some people actually read these from the site, and just add new ones in here on a monthly basis. What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Because I'm really thinking about taking them down and just adding new ones on a monthly basis. Let me know though. Because if y'all want me to let them stay up, then I'll let them stay up. It's no problem letting them stay up in either way. It's no problem. Thank you for the super chat, Chief Basketball. He said 4 beautiful ones. Thank you. See, the other girl that's saying she's me, she can't even get that. She's not beautiful. And then she made some disparaging video about me on TikTok, and I was wondering, why would you do that? I never started no beef with you. How you gonna take my name and then try to start some beef with me? Like, that's why it's been some wild shit going. This was just within this 2-week time frame, guys. The other Queen Janice thinks she want to say some shit about that. Don't try to start no beef with me. You already sitting here with my goddamn name. Don't try to troll me, guys. Like, stop. I want everybody to stop trying to troll me. Please. Golly. He said add new ones, then create an archive folder. Okay, that makes sense. Somebody said on the death record, my dad's grandmama, his mama, and his great grandmama are labeled colored. His dad, granddad is Negro on his death record. That's what I'm saying. It's something with this shit, man. It's something with it, and I think it depended on what state you were in, whether you was listed Negro colored, because it seems like a lot of the it seemed like it was dependent on. I think it came from what state you was in, how you was described, because these were descriptions. I think how you was described was based on what state you was coming from. Some states labeled it this, but then again, when you got around the 60s, shit, my parents was born in the same state, and I think they're listed different. I think one might be listed colored and one might be listed Negro. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like they done called us a lot of shit. They didn't call us. They done called us everything, and we have called ourselves none of this. Because you had darkies who didn't want to be called darky. You had Negroes who didn't want to be called Negro. You had colors who didn't want to be called colored. They just wanted to be called whatever their family was, whatever their family name was. That's what they wanted to be called. Whatever tribe they hailed from, that's what they wanted to be called, and that was stripped away during the Civil War and afterwards. So, when you become nationless, when you become, babies of slaves, how the White House said it, when you become birthright citizens, when they have to acknowledge that you're a birthright citizen, how would you describe these people now? Because that's just a description, guys. It's a race now, but back then it was just a description, and you could tell it was description when you start looking at the boat manifest, because it literally says description at the top, and it says colored, Negro, and all these other descriptions, color descriptions. It was a description. It did not say race. So these are casual conversations that I understand are important, and this is why I never want to spend too much time offline. But again, guys, my mom just got out the hospital literally today. Literally 2.5 hours before I came live, my mom was getting out the hospital. So I never intended on staying a whole long while without y'all. But as y'all know, when people go into the hospital, you can't let them stay in by yourself. You got to work shifts. Can't let nobody stay in the hospital. I don't trust it. So we need to have conversations like this often and all the time. If I could afford to come on this bitch every day, I would. Trust me. Just to have casual conversations like this is very important, because you never know what we'll unpack. I like the fact that everybody is saying they're unpacking things today. I feel like our influence is far and wide and way greater than we're being given credit for. I also want y'all to know I never took a check from nobody. Only thing I get is super chats that y'all give me. I don't take no check from no foreign entity, foreign or domestic. Never did, never will. That's why I actually work. Okay. I have monetized my whole life. Anything I'm good at, I'm gonna find a way to make some money off it so that I won't have to take goofy, stupid deals from everybody and risk getting Charlie Kirk when the deal goes wrong. What? They said the boy didn't take the money, but he took the money. What? Y'all make this shit make sense. Did he take money or did he not? Because again, all these black faces want to never start talking bad about the nigga. They got paid to talk bad about our community, guys. They got paid to talk bad about our community. All y'all gotta do is go back to the videos from like June when they first started saying, "Oh, Israel gave out money to content creators, and the content creators got to go to Israel and do a trip and all that." And now that I'm thinking about it, the senators and shit ain't been too long went to Israel too and did something. So yeah, like I said, one bird, same wing. One bird, two wings. Two wings of the same bird. Just fighting each other. Let them fight, guys. We continue to do this type of work for the sake of our bloodline, the sake of our legacy, the sake of our America. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Prayers to you, your mom. Thank you so much. I will make sure I get that to her. She's at home right now, resting. My mama coded in 2019, right as the pandemic was happening. She coded, so she has heart doctors. And this is a lady that ain't never had no health issues, never had diabetes, never took a pill, nothing in her life, coded and all that stuff at the hospital. Really weird shit. Really weird shit has transpired. But that's a long story. But either way, since that whole thing happened at the hospital, Piedmont Buckhead, we have been going to heart doctors ever since. And like I said, it's supposed to be a routine checkup, but they ended up keeping her. She got released today. So just at home getting some rest, getting some food. I'll go check on her tomorrow. But yeah. Thank you so much. I'll make sure she get the message. I will make sure she get y'all messages. She typically be in the chat, but she probably not in the chat now. She probably sleep. I know I'm late, but I'm a veteran, and we had the 317th engineer, and we were majority black. This is why, really. I love it. Which state was y'all? Which state? Somebody asked me, are you FBA? The fuck does that mean? You tell us what it means. Ahmed, tell us what it means. How long have you been on my video? Tell us what it means. I actually been over here longer than the FBA date, but tell us what it means. I'm literally seeing her talk about all Negro colored darky business, and this nigga asked me, am I black? Are you asking me, am I black? What are you asking me? I'm saying the trolls. These African trolls. These African trolls, bro. You never see me in here just like, oh, well, I'm white. Child. Okay. Have you heard of African Association? Not off top. Why would you ask a dumbass question like that though? Amid is the question. Talk about I'm just asking. What the fuck? Don't come in here with fucking semantics. I'm talking about black Americans, Negroes, colors, darkies. That's what I said. Black Americans, Negroes, colors, darkies. American Indian. This the Indian side of the damn show. This the Indian side of the tube. We the originals. That's what you're asking. Okay. This the real Indian side, and I ain't talking about no Indian, more mixed Indian European shit. I ain't talking about none of that. Ain't no cut on this side. It ain't no cut. I don't believe just because your family had money, y'all came from from Great Britain. Y'all know some weird shit. And I don't know why people had that. That's a poor man. That's a poor nigga mentality. Oh, my family had money. Yeah, they was there. They came from Great Britain. It's poor nigga mentality. You feel like you're not capable of doing nothing these days. I'm capable of making any kind of money I want to make it. I came from America. And it's gonna always be that way. Now, that being said, for everybody who feel like their people are from Great Britain, all you got to do is go to the oldest record you can find. It's gonna be a location, a geolocation on that old record. Look at the geolocation on that old ass record. Then cross reference that to geolocations on other records that's the same that say this people came from the same place. They're gonna all go to the same geolocation, every last one of them. It's not gonna pinpoint you into a certain place in Great Britain. It's gonna pinpoint everybody to the same motherfucking way everybody came from the same place. People didn't even come from the same place over here in America. And then the place is on the same street where the king and them stay today. What's Westminster? Where they stay at? Wherever the fuck they stay over there, it's the same place. It's literally the same street. Please. 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 Somebody said, "Oh, surrounding her with love and healing." Thank you so much, Susu. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. 96 Transportation Company is the first and all-black heavy equipment transportation company in the U.S. Army. I was honored to be a part of such an amazing group. First Cavalry. Oh, that's dope. That is so dope. That's so dope. Who else was like? That's dope. Like, I think that's dope. I think that's dope. I think that's dope as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I think that's dope. Let's see. The 1870 census has everybody born in South Carolina labeled as black whose parents were born in Africa, while whites were born in Britain. Let me see that census, guy. Let me see that census. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Not on no official census. You rarely see Africa on an official census over here. I'm on delay. Oh yeah, scroll all the way to the front of the video, so you won't be on delay. Oh yeah, some people are on delay. Some people are just not answering my question about APEC. I'm gonna get my hustle on winner. Let me see. Somebody said, "Hey, go wash your feet." Ain't nobody even talking shit, is it? Let me know, sounds like I could go ban them. U.S. Army MEDAC DENTAC Gulf War era. I don't know what MEDAC DENTAC and all that means, but that's dope. I knew you was a veteran. I just don't know your name, but I think I don't know your name. I do know your name. I'm just saying I knew you was a veteran. I didn't know which branch you were in. I didn't know which branch you was in. Yeah, powerful stuff. Yeah. Yeah, bloodline origin. That's what we need to call ourselves. Calling ourselves from now on. Talking about I ain't none of these motherfucking acronyms, bitch. Bloodline. That's what I am. Bloodline original. Thank you, love. And I ain't never seen you in here before. Thank you, Ivory. Ivory just answered it. Bloodline original. That's what I am. Stop with all these motherfucking semantics. I'm sick of it. And also, let me tell y'all something else that's about to happen. Let me tell y'all something else. Medical activity, dental. Okay, gotcha. Okay, they're telling me now. Okay, it means medical activity and dental. Got it. That's dope. Okay, that's dope. She said, I have a screenshot on a book that came out before Charlie Kirk died. Shit is crazy. Publication date was September 9th. I think I saw somebody talking about that from Amazon. What they're seeing is, so Amazon, you release multiple files on Amazon, and then they go through the process of approving it, making sure you don't have any AI, or if you got AI in the book on Amazon and you click that it's no AI in it, they're gonna kick it back out. And if it's AI in it, it has to be listed as containing artificial intelligence information. Like sometimes people be writing books using fucking they're using the what you call it to write the books. I can't think of it right now off top. But y'all know the app, the popular app. Amazon don't go for that shit. You have to literally list it, and then they're gonna list it that you used it. If you don't list it, and they end up finding out that you used it to write the book, then they're gonna take all your money from you. But anyway, so people, you list multiple files on Amazon. You list the digital file, and then you go back and list and put the actual book on there. Sometimes Amazon will approve the digital file before they approve your actual book manuscript. And so that's what it was. One date is for the digital file, and the second date is for the actual manuscript. So they was just approved on different days. However, it still had to be uploaded before the boy died. So yeah, it's crazy work. So that means the digital copy of the book was uploaded before the boy even died. Yeah, shit. I don't even want to think too deep about it. I'm just gonna say this. This is the Department of War. Why would you fucking make a deal with somebody across the water anyway? Shit. I don't know. Yes, Chat GPT. If you write a book using Chat GPT, you have to list that when you uploading the book into Amazon, Barnes and Noble, all these places. But I know Amazon do. You have to list it, and then they have a what you call it on your book that basically says it. But if you're able to get the book through without listening, give them Amazon some time. They gonna snatch your shit right on off and take your money. They gonna snatch that shit right on down. Yeah, it is crazy. Says don't believe me. I saved the census on my phone. Charleston and Statesboro, South Carolina, census 1890 and 1880. I ain't saying I don't believe. I'm saying I never seen it before. I'm saying I never seen it before. You got plenty of census. Plenty of different types of census. I mean, a myriad of different types of census records. I said I like to see it. You got people out here making a lot of propaganda too. It's a lot of propaganda going out. The more people, the more we uncover these files, the more propaganda goes out. Because at the end of the day, when somebody don't want you to know something, they're gonna do all they can to make sure you simply don't know it. Let me look at something really quick. Let me just do a quick search. See, can I find it right quick while we talk about actually what comes up. South Carolina, you said it was Charleston? What you said? You said it was Charleston and Statesburg. Let's see. 1870. Hold my mule. Hold my mule quickly. Hold my mule quickly. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. That'll be interesting. Let me just type it real quick. I started watching you since this summer, and I'm so happy that I found you. Oh, thank you, Ivory. I'm happy that you found me too. I'm happy that you found me too. I believe you. Why I'm here to get the facts. Okay. Because I'm finna try to search it to see whether we can. But yeah, we got a lot of files to go through, guys. If you're not on U.S. lineage, get on there, man. Because I'm telling you, it is so. It's a lot. We have a lot of unpacking to do. Because just as surely as I keep bringing out these Buffalo Soldier files, I need all 500 of y'all to click like in here, please. Just as sure as I keep bringing out these Buffalo Soldier files, you talk about reparations. I mean, like, someone had made a comment on Redacted today. I watched Redacted earlier today, a portion of it. And they was like, well, if the Israelis can go all the way back to 2,000 years ago to get reparations, why aren't they giving reparations to Black Americans? Why are they dismissing Black Americans' claim for reparations if the Israeli is trying to go all the way back 2,000 years ago in order to get reparations? And baby, that's a good motherfucking idea to me. I think that's a great observation. That's why I fought with the people that redacted, and that it was like, you know what, you're right. Great observation, dear white people. See, that was like, all white people ain't bad. It's just some of them. Some of them got one drop in them. That one drop make a difference. I'm telling you now, that one drop. I'll still look at it. Yes, of course, I'll still look at it. I'll definitely still look at it. I recently heard that Trump is a Rothschild. I don't know. I will have to see that. I don't think so, because his mama is from Ireland and his dad is from, he could be fucking daddy from Germany. I don't know, but I think we would know that though. I think we would know that by now. If Trump was a Rothschild, I think Trump personality, he would actually go as a Rothschild. I don't think he would go as a Trump. And really, the Rothschilds was all boys, right? During the World War I era, that branch of Rothschild, they was all brothers. I don't think it was no girls involved, so they would still be under the Rothschild's name. Now, here recently, I mean, in the past like 50 years, they start using Roth. So a lot of these people who are Roths today, they're fully Rothschild. They just split it. They just dropped the name because of the controversy that was going on with the Rothschilds. I know we have some Roths here in Atlanta. They wear the yarmulke. They wear the small hat and everything. They Rothschilds, but they going to Roth now. So yeah. Yeah, we don't even have to go back 2,000 years. We can go back 70. Shit, I can tell you some shit you did wrong to us in the 40s, in the 50s. I would like reparations for you guys stealing our medical DNA. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all something. Then we're gonna get off here since we're talking about Israel and the people who took money from Israel, and now they sitting here like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, you did, nigga. You don't know who America going to war with. You don't know who we finna kick ass and take our goddamn shit back. We don't know who ass we kicking today. In order to get whatever money they owe us from the Land Lease Act. You don't know that shit. You can't make no deal with nobody. Just be a YouTuber. Just be a streamer. Find something interesting to talk to. Find you a lane. That's really all you got to do. Find you a lane. Find you a lane. Because once you get into that political stuff and then you start taking deals, you might die. You might fucking die. This is the War Department. Welcome. I want to show y'all something that's going on. Let me see. What did I put it on the watch later? Let me see. Let's see if I find it real quick. Because their soldiers is doing something. There's something going on with their soldiers over there. Tell me I saved it. Please tell me I saved it. It's something going on over there. This might be it. Let me see.
I just finished developing the first doc.
Let's see right quick. Something going on over there where the soldiers. Let's see, is this it? How am I move, guys? Let me see, is this it?
Here on YouTube, or who is otherwise supported host by the United States and the European Union. Research, I will write more on this over to act.
Oh, please tell me I saved it.
Warrant search Washington was that brought and with each passing decade, the and malnutrition.
It was something happened over there where the soldiers over there went pouring their medicine out on the parliament. Let me see. Let me just see. Can I Google it real quick? Israeli soldiers medication. Let's see what it come up. It came up. I swear to God, I can't make this shit up. Thank you.
That's who Netanyahu is.
Let's see.
So
Here we go.
You're watching Israeli.
Hold on. Let me share my screen. Oh boy, it's going down over there bad, y'all. It's going down over there bad, y'all.
You're watching Israeli soldiers dump piles of psychiatric medications on the table during a Knesset subcommittee meeting on mental health. The medications included fentanyl and other drugs that soldiers have resorted to as a result of the mental health crisis they're facing due to their role in the ongoing genocide in Gaza. And they argue that the Israeli government is not providing enough support to keep them sane. Now, I think anyone that has a conscience would struggle with the slaughter of innocents that continues to happen.
Girl, what the f is going on? What the hell is going on? Please don't ever say them. We are the same. We are not one nation under the same motherfucker umbrella. They're different. They're different from us. See, we are not. I hate when people be connecting Israel to America and all this shit. I mean, damn. They got the soldiers on psych meds. Them soldiers sitting there pouring the meds out on the table. Did y'all see that? America would never. They got the soldiers on psych meds so they can see. The thing is, I would hate to be a soldier and have to kill people and then find out these niggas be allegedly molesting children and all that stuff, and then I got to go kill your enemy for you. No, you kill your enemy yourself. You do it. You go do it. Nigga, I'm gonna find me a 9-to-5 job doing something else. Not finna take no meds. Oh, none of that. Have at it. I'm not doing it. That's interesting. That's wild and crazy. Very wild and crazy stuff going on in this world. That's what I'm saying. The content creators, I wouldn't get involved in that shit. I wouldn't get involved in none of that shit. Yeah, the protesters, the soldiers are protesting lack of mental health support. These are real people you're dealing with. This is not China where they got the toy soldiers out there. You know, the incubator soldiers. No, these are real men that shit probably tired of taking this shit. Tired of taking meds and tired of taking XYZ in order to kill. You know, you gotta think of the humanity in some of this stuff, whether they killing each other or not. Some of these people over there, they don't even think about cousins. See, we Black Americans, we're the ones who have this close-knit relationship with our family members and our cousins and stuff. Apparently, the rest of the world does not. You know, they go kill whole villages of their cousins over in Africa. They do that shit all the time. We not Black Americans. We don't sit here and collude to go kill a whole city full of our family members. We wouldn't do that shit. In fact, we'll probably sit there and cherry pick. My cousin over there. Y'all finna start a war where? The National Guard going to Memphis. I got cousins in Memphis. Hold up. Like that's the mentality we have. We ain't like that. We're just not like these people. We're just not. And, you know, it starts to sound pompous after a while, but we're just not like these people. They're not like us. They done did too much devilish things. Exactly. Too much. And these people not with it no more. And that's, you know, good for them. You know, that's all I can say. Good for them. You know, I don't get into Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia, them niggas is the same to me. That niggas is first cousins. First cousins, bruh. Y'all niggas need a hug. Yeah. At this point, you niggas need a hug. To be honest, them niggas need some pussy and sit down somewhere. That's what they need. Cause what the fuck are y'all even fighting over? How you fighting over territory and they got the whole world involved in y'all cousins? Y'all should have handled that shit in house. Y'all should have had a family reunion and handled that. Don't bring the whole world in on y'all bullshit. Where's y'all shit? They ain't gonna pay some content creators over here so that they can be on y'all side so they can spill shit for y'all. That's crazy. That's propaganda at its finest. Anyway, y'all, I was gonna get off here. I ain't want to be on here long. I just want y'all to see my face, let y'all know I was okay. We getting back to business this week. Okay, back to business. We getting back to business this week. Okay, back to business. If you're not on uslineage.com, it is actually the place to be. People be on there all day and night. Please don't try to do nothing weird. You'll get blocked. If you try to add some weird code or some shit to the website, you get blocked every time. Every time. Every time. You get blocked every time. But it's a great website. Guys, it's our home. It's where we search for records. Okay. Any kind of family record you think you would want to find, it's on there. Trust me. It is a actual research website. It's a research site, guys. So, you will be able to search your records. It's actually as if you're in a facility, because how the website is set up is just like when you go in the facility. You have to go through tons of records in order to get through to what you're actually looking for, just like in the facility. We don't have it blocked out where you only can see, we can research 2 records at a time, or if everything that's going to come up is going to be a census record. No, it's not. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's where you can actually search a lot of shit. You're going to search a lot of stuff. You could search a lot of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I didn't want much. I just want, like I said, I've been as good as I can be. George, I ain't gonna complain. Just looking after the sick and shut in. Look, something happened when I was in the hospital, man. You really got to see about people when they go to the hospital and not let them be by themselves, because they had put another lady in the room with my mom, and she didn't have nobody with her. And it was like late at night. It's probably like 4 a.m. I saw a nurse come in there, and the nurse called her name twice and she didn't answer. But the curtain was pulled, so I couldn't see like everything. But they called her name and she didn't answer. But when she woke up, she said, "They done put something in my arm. They done stuck me. And I was like, "What'd you say, ma'am?" She said, "They came in here when I was sleeping. They stuck me." And I was like, wow. I heard them when they came in, but I didn't know they had stuck the lady with nothing. So they came into the lady in my mom's room. But I'm sitting there with my mom, like, ain't nobody finna come in and try shit with this. These niggas to get off in here for real. Think I can't get in this bitch with a gun. You out your goddamn mind. I ain't gonna go through the metal detectors. I'm gonna go through where the staff go in at. I'm being this bitch. Time something happened to my mom, I'm being this bitch strapped. Cause the strap out in the car, 2 of them. But however, the other lady didn't have nobody with her, especially nobody to go to bat. So when she was asleep, they went in, they put something in her arm, and I went out and got the lady out the hallway. They said it was just an IV. But still, you want to wake somebody up, because you could put any kind of drip in a person. It don't have to be. You can shoot some shit through an IV and just take a person out if you're going for their organs or anything like that. And I just thought that was weird. Like, why would you do something like that? You need to make sure a patient is fully alert before you do shit like that. I just think that was just weird. Anyway, that happened while I was in the hospital. That happened, I think that was like Wednesday last week. That was wild. You cannot let people go into the hospital by themselves unless they real young and turn already. I'll talk about maybe 45 and on the type turn, 55 and up. You probably need to have somebody in there with them. 55 and under, but specifically 45 and under, that people, people 45 and under be just turned already. We already fucking turned. So you ain't finna come in here and give us no bullshit. Especially not while we sleep. You get your ass kicked probably. But elders, they're a little bit more lenient. They'll listen to what you're saying. They're just like car salesmen in the hospital these days. They just sit here and sell them shit. We need to do this procedure. This. What would it help if you do this procedure? Is what you need to ask. You do this procedure and then what? What does it help? Now, if it helps some shit that don't need to be helped, now why would I pay you $80,000? And yes, you're gonna charge my insurance, but you finna charge my insurance $80,000 for a dumbass procedure that I don't need. And that shit is just like car salesmen. They come and sell you some shit, and they want you to get it because they get a bonus for every little procedure that they sell, every little device that they sell you. They get a bonus, and the shit finna bill your insurance $75,000, $80,000, $90,000, $50,000 for some bullshit. No, we're not doing this shit. We finna go. In fact, check her out, please. Let's wrap this shit up. Goddamn. Let's wrap this shit up. Anyway, you really got to, check on people when they go into the hospital. Make sure they're straight. Y'all, it is a lot of Africans in these nurse roles, y'all. A lot of Africans in these nurse roles, and here in Atlanta. And it's not like it's no American nurses. It's American nurses here, but it's a lot of Africans. I don't know how they took over our medical system, but they sure did. The Africans and the Asians. That's all I was seeing all week here in the great city of Atlanta. African nurses and Asian nurses. You know how many black nurses I know? Anyway, another subject for another day. I love y'all so much. Somebody said excellent channel. Always thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're just casually talking tonight. We'll get back in the swing of things this week. We will be on here for a whole nother show this week. I love y'all so much, and like I said, we all we got, we all we need. Keep going through the files, keep digging in the crates, look for your ancestors, find out what they did for a living, find pictures of them. There are pictures on uslineage.com. Just type whatever you're looking for, put photo, and then the photos will come up. Even if you think it's not a photo because the file is named weird, just click on it. You don't have to download everything, but just click on it and see. It does not hurt to click on everything that comes up under that search and see. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Please share this with somebody who you think would enjoy it. And I will see y'all later on this week. Bye.